Hey guys, it's Lixia. I'd like to say a few things before I get into the deck. First off, I really apologize for not uploading in a while. To my few followers, I haven't made a video in over a month. I had a few personal things pop up. There was also a time gap where I didn't enjoy playing Hearthstone. The decks I made didn't feel right, and I didn't feel like the content I had was up to quality, so I just kind of scrapped it. And I played some Overwatch as well, so there's that. Secondly, I might not upload again for a few weeks because of EVO, but after that I should be uploading consistently. For those unfamiliar, EVO is the biggest fighting game tournament in the world. It's held in Las Vegas, so if you live there or in Southern California, you could consider checking it out. It's huge. There's 5,000 people registered for Street Fighter V and 2,600 for Super Smash Bros. 4, which I'll be participating in. So if you happen to see me there, by chance, come say hi and we can play some Smash. Anyway, let's get to the deck. Sub-Zero Mage isn't like Freeze Mage at all, but there are some card similarities. The main card in the deck is Demented Frostcaller. What you're essentially trying to do is save a bunch of spells, then put the board in a lockdown state. So meaning you're freezing their entire board each turn, including their hero, and then slowly chip away their health using spells and just attacking their face. The primary weakness with the deck, if you have your board set up, are charge minions and battlecry effects, because you can't really do anything to stop it. As far as spells, there are two counter spells to prevent your board from being destroyed. Against mid-range and control, this deck actually works fairly consistently. So the meta being very aggro right now, you can probably tell that this deck doesn't do very well against the current ladder. The first 10 matches on one of the days I played, I went up against 6 Shamans and 4 Zulaks and lost each one. Yeah. Apart from that, there's also a Pirate Warrior and Mid-Range Hunter, both being really aggressive decks as well. The control deck in the ladder right now is Control Warrior, which is a bad matchup because it's kind of similar to Freeze Mage in a way. And in my opinion, there's simply not enough anti-aggro cards in the meta, so hopefully that changes within the next expansion, and I might try and revisit this deck again when that comes out. So let's look at the cards here. Alright, let's start off with Demented Frostcaller. Demented Frostcaller only freezes unfrozen minions, so if you play Frost Nova or Blizzard, it's guaranteed to freeze their face. Also, if you're trying to kill a minion using a spell, you want to use that spell last to kill it. So for example, they have a 7 health minion, you want to use your hero power on it first and then use Fireball, because if you use Fireball first, it has a chance of freezing the minion that you're trying to kill anyway. Then we have Mirror Image here. It's really good against charged minions. Also, it's a low cost spell, so it works really well with Antonidas as well as Frostcaller. I like playing it on turn 5 with Frostcaller because it'll freeze a minion and it'll give you defenses as well. We have Shatter. You can chain Shatters together. So if you use one Shatter, then the Shatter is gonna freeze another minion with Frostcaller. So you can Shatter the next minion. It's gonna freeze the other minion. Doomsayer, really good anti-aggro card. Also works really well late game with Frost Nova. Counterspell is really good with Demented Frostcaller and Antonidas. What I like to do is I like to play Counterspell the turn before I play Frostcaller. Most of the time they don't play a spell. Usually they think it's Ice Block, so it's kind of like you want to play Counterspell to kind of buffer a future turn. There's only one Ice Block on here. It's not a Freeze Mage, so you don't need two. A lot of the times Ice Block might be a dead card, especially against really aggro decks or against control decks. If you can set up a board, and it doesn't really do you any good. So one is more than enough. Acolyte of Pain, you do want to keep this in the opening hand. You want to try to get as much value of it as possible. Sometimes you may have to use your own hero power on it to draw some cards. Cone of Cold is actually a really bad card. With Demented Frostcaller, it's not too bad. If they have 3 minions on the board, and you can play Cone of Cold and then guarantee a freeze in their face. So it's not too bad, but yeah, I definitely wouldn't run 2 of this. Kabbalist Tome, this deck is already slow enough as it is, so having 1 Kabbalist Tome is fine. It's really good lifesaver, works really well with Frostcaller, obviously. Then you have Emperor Thaurissan. Obviously you want to use it with a big hand to try and discount as many cards as possible. Antonidas, a huge win condition. works really well with the deck. There's a lot of low cost spells in here, especially if you play Thorson, then you can get some value out of it. Crow Magus is really good with this deck as well. So with the deck, what you want to try and do is you want to sustain a bunch of spells, and drawing 2 of the same spells is really good, so you don't have to overvalue your spells with Frostcaller on the board. So if you draw like 2 Frost Bolts, you don't have to like worry about saving a Frost Bolt for later, stuff like that. It just works really well to sustain enough spells so that you can keep freezing them every turn. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed the match. If you liked the video, like, subscribe to my channel, and have a good day. Okay, it is a really hard matchup. It's pretty much like an uphill climb the whole way through. I'll go ahead and keep this hand. This is a pretty ideal hand. I want a lot of card draws. The only thing better would honestly be like a Doomsayer. Okay, that's okay. So far, this hand is looking really good. In order for me to win against Aggro Shaman, he pretty much has to have like a really bad hand. Like if he has Flame Tongue Totem, Totem next turn. I mean, that could be like an instant loss pretty much. But yeah, so far we're doing pretty good.
Get in there and fight, dragon.
Okay, haven't seen Abusive and Shaman in a while. Rockbiter, okay. Okay, not quite sure how I feel about this. We do have a lot of different options here.
Observe and reflect.
I can Frostbolt, ping. Next turn I can ping Squired and play Arcane Intellect. But I'm not sure if that's being too greedy. Let's go ahead and try it. Or I could have killed that too, I guess. That's alright. Yeah, I probably should have killed it.
Did you bring some fish?
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so unfortunate. That's just straight up bad. That's like game breaking bad. If it was any other like regular totem, I could like easily just avoid it. But now this is like, you know, a stronger summon than Tuskar itself.
Let the pain speak to me.
Me?
We're kind of at a deficit here. I mean, I could get a lot of cards back.
The cavalry's here.
Okay, it's not too bad. If I play a Frost Nova here and then play Doomsayer for a total clear, it's taken away like one of my really big like win conditions, so I'm gonna play Doomsayer raw. Arcane Intellect. Cause I do need like Frost Nova. Okay, well, looks like he can kill it, unfortunately. Sadly. That was a misplay, though. He missed out on 3 damage. Alright, we're gonna have to start doing our lock here. We're gonna have to pretty much pray that we get another arcane intellect. And like pray he doesn't have hex. Or I guess he can lava burst it too, that's cool. I have another one, so it's not that big of a deal. We're gonna have to go for a 50-50 next turn. I'm gonna have to ping this, attack this guy, play counterspell, and hope it freezes. Flame Wreath Faceless, and I can use Shatter on it. That's assuming he doesn't play any other minions, which I mean he most likely will ping, or not ping, use his hero power. We did use both of our Frost Nova, so we can just hope for blizzards. Okay, it doesn't really do us any good. We gotta stick to the same plan though, so we have a 25% chance of killing Faceless right now. Okay. Well, at least this guy survives. Huge card deficit though. Oh wow. I mean, he didn't technically need it, but no. He's just gone face. He's fearless.
You require my praise.
Yes. Nice. I wonder if he's gonna try and kill my Frostcaller now. Hey, it's just gonna just 4 damage to him. Okay, I got scared of it.
To battle.
Okay, the win condition here looking like Antonidas. I don't think he can win the race unless he gets another Rock Biter, but I think he used both of them already. Unless it was the last game I'm thinking of. Oh, okay. It's looking super good.
battle.